I am Kurt Vassis, principal of the Forest Hills High School, and I would like to welcome you to the 51st annual commencement exercises of our high school. There are a few announcements I would like to make at this time. Please do not approach the stage to take pictures. We also ask that you use your cell phones tonight to only take pictures and not to make or receive phone calls. Also, noisemakers are prohibited in this facility. At the conclusion of the program, all parents, friends, and relatives are invited down to the floor to participate in the joy and celebration of this graduation. Finally, I would like to thank all the faculty and staff of the Forest Hills School District who worked so hard to make today a memorable moment for our seniors. And now, the class of 2017. Okay, no. At this time, I would ask everybody to please stand for the singing of our national anthem and remain standing for the Forest Hills Alma Mater. Gentlemen of our graduating class, please remove your caps and place them on your heart.
Wash
Seniors and platform guests, please be seated. Thank you, chorus members. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Claudia Schreffler, Senior Class President and Co-Valedictorian, who will give our welcoming address. Claudia is the daughter of Bob and Karen Schreffler of New Germany. Claudia is an active member of Student Council, National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, Spirit Club, Forensics, and Drama Club. She has also participated in volleyball and track and field. She received the School Director's Award, the President's Education Award, the Rotary Club Academic Excellence Award, the Senior Awards for Spanish and Forensics, as well as the Superintendent's Award. Claudia earned the Bucknell Dean Scholarship and the AAUW Outstanding Woman Scholarship. Claudia will be attending Bucknell University to study applied mathematics with a statistics concentration. She has the aspiration of becoming a data scientist. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the Senior Class President and Co-Valedictorian, Ms. Claudia Schreffler.
If you attended graduation last year, you know that Gage McCall came up here and started singing, but I'm sorry to disappoint, I'm not going to do that. Good evening. I'd like to take the time to welcome everyone to tonight's graduation ceremony for the Forest Hills class of 2017. Those of you sitting around me probably feel like this moment came much too fast, while those of you in front of me probably feel like this moment couldn't have come fast enough. No matter what you're feeling right now, take the time to recognize the significance of this moment, because you can never relive this time in your life. As I was coming up with ideas for what I wanted to speak about today, I decided to reflect on the idea of our generation. Who are we, the class of 2017? We are a generation, Generation Z to be exact. I Google searched adjectives used to describe our generation today. The ones I came across were words like lazy, entitled, disrespectful, and technology dependent. I'm sure many of my fellow classmates have heard these words used before to describe us by parents, grandparents, teachers, but unfortunately, these are not desirable adjectives. Hopefully, I can speak for my classmates when I argue how I believe our generation should be described. I believe our generation is a symbol of advancement, because most, if not all of us, have smartphones, iPods, computers, etc. We are better able to handle the technological advancements that are bound to come in the future. Whether you are planning on going to college, a vocational school, the military, or enter into the workforce, technology is going to continue to be a major part of our society. Even in the building of our fabulous new school, as you've probably heard, we invested into new projectors, TVs, and computers. We used our newfound technology this school year to complete and turn in assignments online, which saved time and trees. I know many people hate that kids these days use their cell phones to communicate with everyone. I think what people forget is that there is still a human being hiding behind that phone screen. We're still kids who think it's funny when people make weird noises, or when we sing happy birthday to someone and it's not their birthday. We're still people. We just have the ability to connect with the world through a phone screen now. I believe our generation is a symbol of adaptability. Whereas most people are reluctant to accept change, teenagers like us are more open-minded and go-with-the-flow type of people. Even the move into our brand new school halfway through the school year proves this point. Moving halfway through the year and making the sudden decision to cut the second marking period 2 weeks short pretty much caused teachers to have a panic attack about getting grades in earlier, or rebel and not put grades in at all. On top of the shortened grading period, teachers were stressed about moving into their new rooms and getting used to their new projectors. However, on more than one occasion, I've heard teachers thank students for being so adaptable to the new school because it made their job easier. I think even Mr. Vassis was surprised that first day back when he walked by my English class and saw that we were actually working. Even the fact that we definitely got the shaft with never, ever getting a parking lot at school. Our generation today isn't thrown off by a change of plans or a new school building. We don't see barriers. If something doesn't go right, then we back up and try it another way. Instead of making a big deal about trying to find classes, we simply just looked at our maps, found the room, and sat down and began learning again. This adaptability is going to be more than helpful in the future, no matter what our plans may be. I believe our generation is a symbol of hope. I always hear older people say how they're glad they won't have to live through the world that we will when we're older, because they don't know what's becoming of it. Well, my response to that is that you're gonna miss one heck of a world if we're the ones running it. We are the most adaptable, technologically advanced, and accepting generation this world has ever seen. We're not lazy, we're go with the flow. We're not technology dependent, we're technologically innovative. We're not disregarding tradition, we're adapting to a changing world. So don't be scared for us. These people sitting in front of me are the future, and I couldn't be more proud of who we are as a generation and as a graduating class. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. At this time, I would like to introduce our platform guests for tonight. When I call your name, if you could please stand. Mr. Bowser, Superintendent of Schools. Mrs. Schrahl, Director of Education. Mr. Russell, School Board President. Mr. Jacobs, Elementary Principal. Mr. Alexander, Junior High Principal. Dr. Miller, Dean of Students at the Junior High. Mr. Selmer, Elementary Assistant Principal. Mrs. Wayner, representative of the elementary staff. Mr. Satka, representing the junior high staff. Mrs. Stifler, representing the high school staff. Mr. Costin, assistant principal at the high school. Mrs. Helsel, school board member. Dr. Andrade, school board member. Dr. Knavel, school board member. Mrs. Long, school board member. Mr. Bopp, school board member. And Mr. McTavish, school board member. Thank you all for attending tonight. Please be seated. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Edwin Bowser. Mr. Bowser is a 1976 graduate of Richland High School. He began his teaching career in 1981 as an auto body instructor at the Greater Johnstown Career and Technology Center. Mr. Bowser earned his superintendent's letter of eligibility from Gannon University in 2007. He has been employed in various capacities in the Forest Hills School District since 1999. He began his Forest Hills career as the high school assistant principal and was appointed the principal of the high school in 2006. In 2009, Mr. Bowser was appointed Director of Education, where he served until his appointment to the superintendency in 2011. Ed is married to the former Dana Bevick of Ferndale. She is employed as an OB nurse at Conemaugh Hospital. And they have 3 children, Zachary, Elena, and Logan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Edwin Bowser.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, family, friends, Forest Hills administration, staff, board of directors, and most of all, class of 2017. it is my privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you. For the past 18 years, it has been a Forest Hills tradition for me to begin my graduation speech exactly the same way, promising the graduates, their families, and everyone in the audience something special, a special gift. The gift doesn't have financial value, but it probably means more to the audience this evening than most any monetary present I could give them. The gift I bestow upon their class is my speech will be very, very short. Actually, I think Mr. Selmer is taking a pull tonight. This year, however, I'm asking the graduates to give me a little latitude in changing the way we do business. Please don't be alarmed or frightened. I promise you the change isn't going to extend the length of my speech. Tonight is a very special night, not only for the class of 2017, but also for a very special member of our administrative team. You all are the last graduating class under the guidance of our Director of Education, Mrs. Vanessa Schroll. After 36 years of dedication and commitment to the students of Forest Hill School District, she will be retiring this summer. Anyone who has worked with Mrs. Schroll over the past 36 years can attest to the instrumental role she has played in providing guidance and direction to the faculty, staff, and students at Forest Hill School District. She possesses a unique ability to address even the most difficult situation with tact, common sense, and compassion. She is a woman who has single-handedly touched the lives of thousands of students in her illustrious career. Tonight, I'd like to share with you something most people don't know about her. Approximately 10 years ago, Mrs. Schroll interviewed and was offered the position at another school district for a superintendent. She interviewed for the position and again was offered. Upon receiving the offer, she came into my office and we discussed a lot of things that afternoon. Her ultimate decision was to turn down the offer to be superintendent of another district. She is a woman who sacrificed to ensure that together, her and I, Vanessa and I, and Forest Hills would stay on track on a positive manner academically and all have the opportunities that she gave to you tonight and for your student careers. Thanks in part to her careful planning, we made tremendous, and I mean tremendous, academic gains under her leadership. So, tonight my gift to Vanessa and to the graduating class of 2017 is a chance for her to address you, her last graduating class, and for you, the graduates, to hear some words of wisdom from this incredible woman and educator. Over 100 years ago, Calamity Jane said, "I figure if a girl wants to be a legend, she should go ahead and be one." And tonight, I am so honored to introduce you an educational legend, our Director of Education, Mrs. Vanessa Schroll.
Good evening. Mr. Bowser, thank you for those kind words. I really appreciate it. Oh my, an emotional roller coaster of feelings like surprise, fear, and gratitude washed over me as Mr. Bowser asked me to address the 2017 graduating class tonight. Not unlike the feelings I have felt as I completed my last year serving as your Director of Education. I also felt humbled, but was concerned I didn't have enough time to prepare thoughtful enough words to share with you this evening. Today, however, I just feel honored. I feel honored to be here and share this moment with you, and thankful for the opportunity to do so. I thought, what could I possibly say to you tonight that will make a lasting impression? What words could I impart that will have a profound effect on what you think and believe? And I realized the time is already past for any influence I could have over you. In fact, my realm of influence began with your first day of kindergarten and lasted through your final day of your senior year. Because of my position as Director of Education, my influence has been woven into the time you've spent learning, how well you've learned, who you've learned with, and how you will apply what you've learned in the future. I believe the academic knowledge you've gained, the vocational skills you've honed, the problem-solving strategies you've studied, the communication skills you've mastered, and the sense of community and acceptance you felt will stand the test of time. Just as I listened to each of our kindergarten students say this week at their promotion ceremony, I am ready for first grade, I believe each of you could stand and say, I am ready for whatever your future may hold. You have invested time and effort into learning the diploma you will be awarded this evening, and that diploma is evidence you are ready to spread your wings. The time is right for you to use what you've experienced at the Forest Hills School District and move forward to bigger and better things. And then it struck me that a common theme running through my thoughts is the concept of time. Time to prepare. My time of influence is past. The time you've spent learning, what you've learned will stand the test of time. The time is ripe for you. Such a small word, time. Only 4 letters and read exactly as it is spelled. However, the concept of time runs through our every thought and action. Sometimes we don't realize how much time we've spent and how much time has passed because time is so elusive. The Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary defines time as a non-spatial continuum that is measured in terms of events which succeed one another from past through present to future. Time is a commodity we spend on what we judge most important. In the past, your control of time has been limited. In the present, I suspect you've gained more autonomy on how you spend your time. And in the future, you will be your own time master. However, I do have a word of caution for you, and it comes in the words of Carl Sandburg. Time is the coin of your life. It is the only coin you have, and you can only determine how it will be spent. Be careful, lest you let other people spend it for you. I recently spent some of my coin time on measuring how much time I've spent in the car driving back and forth from Altoona to Sidman for the last 36 years. I frankly was amazed with the result. I have spent 1 year and 88 days in my car as I commuted from Altoona to Sidman. And let me tell you, it was time well spent, because that year and 88 days of driving gave me the time to think and reflect on the goals and attributes we wanted our students to attain and the different paths for them to follow. The driving time provided me a way to transition every day from Director of Education to wife, mother, and daughter. It provided me time for reflection, soul searching, and frankly, a way to let off steam after a bad day. Another bit of advice for you is to carve out time to think and reflect without devices. I am convinced that my 1 year and 88 days spent in the car alone thinking is responsible for much of my success. Don't be surprised, graduates, to learn that success doesn't always come quickly. Some of you will experience instant success, but for many others, you will need to work harder and more than you have ever worked before, investing your blood, sweat, and tears to earn your successes in life. But you should always remember that the things we want and work for happen in good time. Part of the tradition of the commencement address is to take a moment to honor the fine educators who are retiring this year. My fellow retirees, we have shared long and successful careers together, and your time spent with your students, teaching them, loving them, and guiding them will be your legacy here at Forest Hills. I am awestruck by the truth of the words of Gretchen Rubin, to which every one of you can relate, I'm sure. She says, "The days are long, but the years are short." I am sure you feel as I do. How could it possibly have been so many years when time flew by so quickly? However, we all remember the days that seemed like they would never end. I am honored to recognize each of you tonight and thank you for your long days and short years spent with our students. From the junior high school, it is my pleasure to honor Mr. Matthew Houts, 26 years of service. Mrs. Barbara Heidirons, 30 years of service. Mrs. Patrice Stifler, 34 years of service. From the elementary, it is also my pleasure to honor Mrs. Lynn McCall, 20 years of service. Mrs. Peggy Klein, 26 years of service. Mrs. Annette Kestermont, 37 years of service. Mrs. Barbara Burke, 38 years of service. And last but certainly not least, from our administrative team, Mr. Larry Selmer, 30 years of service as teacher, transportation director, athletic director, and assistant principal. Larry has earned my utmost admiration and respect, and he'll soon be spending much of his time in Pennsylvania's flora and fauna, practicing his beloved hunting and fishing. And also at this time, I would be remiss if I didn't include a saying from my old library days as librarian here at Forest Hills by Dr. Seuss that sums up perfectly how the retirees, myself included, feel at this point in our careers. How did it get so late, so soon? It's night before it's afternoon. December is here before it's June. My goodness, how the time has flown. How did it get so late, so soon? In closing, I'd like to offer you all a few final brief thoughts on time. Harvey Mackay, businessman and author, once said, "Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back." So, class of 2017, what should you do with your time? Use it wisely and deliberately, because you can never recover what you have wasted. And remember this poem entitled Self-Help by Matt Haig on how to control your time. How to stop time. Kiss. And that's to my husband. How to travel in time. Read. How to escape time. Music. How to feel time. Write. How to release time. Breathe. Congratulations, class of 2017. Your time is now, and we are so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowser. Thank you, Mrs. Schroll. At this time, under direction of Mr. Parlock, our senior class chorus members will sing their rendition of Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Parlock and senior chorus members. At this time, I'd like to introduce the salutatorian of the class of 2017, Mr. Trevor Smith. Trevor is the son of Ken and Mandy Smith of Summerhill. He was captain of the VEX Robotics Club, a member of National Honor Society, the Scholastic Quiz Team, the Future Business Leaders of America, and Spirit Club. Trevor was a 4-year letter winner on our soccer and volleyball teams and a member of this year's District 6 Championship Boys Volleyball Team. Trevor received the School Director's Award, the President's Education Award, the Rotary Club Academic Excellence Award and Scholarship, the Pittsburgh Positive Athlete Award for volleyball and soccer, and the Senior Awards for Physics, Engineering Technology, and CAD. He also received the West Virginia Engineering Achievement Scholarship, the West Virginia Scholarship of Distinction, the Paul Keeney Scholarship, and the American Legion Post 748 Scholarship. Trevor will be attending West Virginia University, pursuing a dual major in mechanical and aerospace engineering with a minor in computer science. He has aspirations of working for NASA, creating rovers for new space missions. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you our salutatorian, Mr. Trevor Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Vassis. Good evening, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. My bad, guys. Wrong story. Not so long ago, and not so far away, there's a little Vexer that worked tirelessly day and night on his robot. His friends and family, puzzled, asked, "Why do you work so hard?" He, bemused at their puzzlement, shot back, "Work? Why, I haven't worked at all." Fellow classmates, in case you haven't figured it out, I am that little Vexer. I was lucky, like some of you, to find my passion early in life. However, some of you are still searching, and I hope one day each and every one of you will find your passion as well. But finding your passion isn't easy. The hardest part is exploring the many different options. In this world, there's an infinite number of possibilities, and facing these numerous possibilities may be overwhelming. But you must never give up searching. You must never give up trying new things, and you must never give up exploring. Even if you think you have found your passion, you must continue to push forward because you never know what is on the horizon. You never know what you could be missing. As a child, I searched tirelessly for my passion. I was constantly trying new things and exploring new options. And in elementary school, I thought I found my passion. Art. Yes, the kid who can't draw a stick figure right was obsessed with art. After realizing that my distorted stick figures would not be hanging anywhere near a Picasso, I began to explore other options. One day, I found myself outside the engineering room, and as soon as I walked in, I knew I found my true passion, robotics. Had it not been for my failure in art, I would not have discovered my passion. This taught me an important lesson: continue searching. I would have lost a major part of my life if I would have given up exploring. I would have never found robotics. The second hardest part is having courage. The courage to pursue your passion no matter the risk. And there will be risks. There will be tough decisions, and there will be obstacles in your way. But you must push forward against the current, moving forward inch by inch. Even when everyone else is telling you to go back, you must push forward in pursuit of your passion. This all appears very daunting, but worth it. Because if you've truly found your passion, you will love the work, you will love the late nights and early mornings, you will love the deadlines breathing down your neck, and you will love the struggle. And if you love the struggle, you're never truly struggling, you are thriving. And instead of just getting through the day, you never want the day to end. Take it from me, the little Vexer, robotics is nothing but failure. Nothing is ever finished. There is no success, only progress. Some of you may be thinking right now, why do I do it when all I do is fail? And the truth is, I truly love the failure. I love the struggle of trying to improve every day. And you can trust me when I say I love the failure, because have you ever seen me sad in the engineering room? Pursuing your passion is the best way to live life, because you will love every day. Since life is limited, you have to live it to the fullest, seizing every single day, never settling for anything less than your dream. So I urge you to be courageous in your exploration, because graduation is only the end of the beginning. Finally, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank my parents for always supporting me and my teachers for always letting me get ahead of my work, thus giving me the opportunity to pursue my passion in the engineering room. And to specifically thank Mr. Smith for guiding me and allowing me to continually to pursue my passion. Oh, and no, Mr. Eric Smith isn't my real dad. Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our co-valedictorian for the class of 2017, Mr. Jared Wayner. Jared is the son of Jimmy and Becky Wayner of New Germany. Jared was a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, Media Club, Future Business Leaders of America. Athletically, Jared participated in basketball, soccer, swimming, and was a member of our District 6 championship baseball team. Jared received the School Directors Award, the President's Education Award, the Rotary Club Academic Excellence Award, the Tribune Democrat Academic All-Star Award, the District 6 Sportsmanship Award, and the Senior Awards for both basketball and baseball. Jared earned the University of Pittsburgh Merit and Study Abroad Scholarships and the Brandon Baxter Scholarship. Jared will be attending the University of Pittsburgh's College of Business with the goal of attending law school to have a career in the business of sports. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you our co-valedictorian, Mr. Jared Wayner.
Thank you, Mr. Vassis. Fellow classmates, administrators, teachers, board members, and audience members. For the next few minutes, I would like for you to evaluate both your past life and the future that awaits. If we take the familiar tale of Cinderella as more than just a little kid's story, we can use it as an inspirational story as to how we should shape our own lives. Cinderella's life was full of struggle and hard work. Her stepmother and ugly stepsisters consigned and suppressed her to a life of misery. This is comparable to the way a student evaluates his or her own life. For the last 13 years, most of us have eagerly waited in anticipation for summer. And outside of that much three-month vacation, we struggled to get out of bed for school. School required dedication, trying to get up on time, attending 8 hours of class, going to extracurricular activities, and coming home to a few hours of homework, only to get up and do it all the next day. At the time, this did not seem like the ideal way to live. After rushing to school, of course, before the 7:42 late bell, half awake, we experienced the limited freedoms of school. For 13 years, we had to ask permission to use the restroom. In retrospection, these small inconveniences, once considered monumental, were sacrifices in order to obtain the perfect fairy tale ending. In pursuit of our fairy tale ending, we all experience glimpses of success or magical moments. Like Cinderella attending the ball, we all experience those unforgettable moments during our struggles. For some of us, that was prom, or the day we aced that test we originally thought we failed, or on awards night when our struggles were recognized. None of those moments were possible without some help along the way. We all needed our little friends like Jack, Jack, and Gus, and we all needed that fairy godmother who was there to help us in our time of need. These are the people who you need to hold close and never let go, because no matter how low you may feel, they will always be there to pick you up. In my situation, These are my loving friends who I can approach with anything, my brother and sister, whom I consider best friends, and my parents, who are there and support me in everything I do. Everyone is different, but we all need to find those people in our lives to whom we can always go. Following our single-day magical moments, we experience disappointments and misfortunes. No one has a perfect life, and not all special moments last forever. Prom only lasts one night, awards night, and that test we aced will not even matter 5 years from now. But what matters is our resilience, our ability to bounce back. Cinderella's royal ball ended at midnight, and her good fortune temporarily disappeared. She did not lose hope, though, and with a little bit of luck, she found the perfect ending of which she dreamed. We all have different views as to what our perfect future is. For some of us, it's graduating high school and going straight into the workforce. For others, like myself, it's attending college before ultimately finding a job. Both are respectable choices, but keep in mind, money is not everything. We're all on the search to find our Prince Charming, a spouse, a job that makes us happy, a life in which we find purpose and meaning. These are challenging to obtain, and life may not always be perfect, but I think Maury Schwartz, protagonist of Mitch Albom's novel Tuesday with Morrie, says it best. It's not too late to ask yourself if you really are the person you want to be, and if not, who you do want to be. Take all opportunities and do not leave any rock unturned. We do not know what life has in store for us. After all, most of us are only 18. But what matters in life is that we search for the lifestyle that makes us the happiest and be the person that we want to be. Throughout life, our views of what the perfect situation is will be ever changing. That's okay, because there is no one right answer for life. No matter how bad things may seem, we must remain optimistic and find a way to push through and find what makes us happy. After all, we are searching for our Disney-esque happily ever after.
Thank you, Jared. Before I take a few moments to address our graduates today, I would ask them to give their parents, friends, family, and teachers a round of applause as a sign of their appreciation for all the time and effort these people have committed to them throughout the years. Congratulations, class of 2017. Today marks yet another transition in all of your lives. Transitions sometimes give us the opportunity to start anew or to continue the good work we have already begun. Transitions can be hard to notice or very dramatic. No matter how big or small, how we move forward and the direction we take is in part shaped by where we have been. All of you have worked hard to make today become a reality. Tomorrow will begin a new chapter in each of your lives. We are forever connected in life's journey, long and eventful journey. And this journey will continue to be marked by transitions, all of which will be memorable in some way. Our hope for you is this, that we have prepared you to face whatever challenges and obstacles life presents you. Face these challenges and the connected transitions with confidence and determination, knowing the knowledge and experience you have gained from Forest Hills will help you along your own journey in life from one transition to the next. It has been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to have been your principal over the last 3 years. I congratulate all of you on your accomplishments and future success. Good luck and God bless. And now, to introduce the graduating seniors is the Assistant Principal of the high school, Mr. Brian Costin. Presenting the diplomas is the President of the Board of School Directors, Mr. Fred Russell.
Class of 2017, first I want to thank you. And I want to thank you for 3 years of being inconvenienced, and you survived the building project. And you never gave Mr. Vassis and I a hard time over it. And so first I'd like to commend you for that. Not to prolong tonight, but ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce to you the class of 2017. Claudia Judith Schreffler. Jared James Weiner. Trevor Riley Smith. Ryan James Badone. Alexis Brooke Briggs. Grace Carol Bromley. Wyatt Mark Bromley. Courtney Marie Cesari. Haley Page Cook. Caitlin Lee Craig. Luke Allen Helsel. Connor Paul Hudson. Corey Alexander Catrancha. Nathan Paul Coonrod. Angela Lynn Matisic. Rachel Holly Miller. Jessica Ann New. Nicole Danielle Pizarski. Emily Catherine Platt. Brenna McKay Parada. Jennifer Mary Roxby. Tony Marie Smay. Carl Benjamin Smith. Josie Lynn Smith. Nicole Ann St. Clair. Nathan Matthew Falco. Tricia Marie Varner. Brianna Maureen Wellwood. Juliana Marie Wright. Christina May Bailey. Madison Paige Brewer. Lakin Elaine Burkett. Alyssa Nicole Chestnutwood. Ashley Elizabeth Cook. Troy Robert Krupa. Taylor Nicole Kolka. Joseph Franco LaRocca. Marissa Joy Maitland. Lakin Aubrey McCall. Sierra Autumn Sprout. Sarah Nicole Wright. Sarah Rose Barkley. Shania Crystal Baxendale. Samantha Kate Bear. Simon Charles Bernicki. Megan Louise Biglin. Sarah Michelle Blanchetti. Hayden Matthew Block. Megan Ann Block. Ryan Joseph Boyle. Austin James Brenna. Elizabeth Marie Burkhart. Aubrey Samantha Christ. Dervin William Claycomb. John Robert Claycomb. Tristan William Carante. Taylor Michael Corman. Brandon Lee Colbert. Kyle James Kuster. Kylie Marie DeBias. Julia Ann Delick. Dawson A. Dybert. Jathan Dennis Diamond. Jeremy John Diamond. Boyd Warren Dotson, Jr. Garrett James Donahue. Abby Lynn Epley. Alexis Jordan Everhart. Kaylee Marie Fox. Cassia Laura Lee Gargan. Tanner Joseph Gavlak. Joseph Robert Gonis. Emily Jane Good. Jason Howard Graffius, Jr. Alyssa Ann Gramling. Olivia Marie Gregorich. Joel Grossman. Michaela Love Hamera. Raylyn Danielle Hammond. Zachary Law Hogger. Kaylee Jean Hill. Cody Richard Holdsworth. Morgan Lee Holmesa. Corey Joseph Horner. Riley B. Horner. Griffin Ryan Jennings. Emily Mae Jones. Devin Eric Kakabar. Shayla Renee Cunyu. Summer Lee Keppel. Tyler Donald Kish. Lindsay Janelle Kowalczyk. Garrett Joseph Coonrod. Ashley Elizabeth Lamer. Jared Nicholas McCosey. James Arley Mangus IV. James Raymond Mangus. Kylie Scott McAfee. Carl David McFarland. Jordan Rachel McIntosh. Jared William McNeil. Austin Trey Miller. Barry J. Miller. Brock Joel Miller. Caitlin Brianna Miller. Claudia Marie Miller. Dakota Wade Miller. Slade Hunter Miller. Alyssa Danielle Miner. Megan Nicole Miner. Trenton Matthew Mock. Mary Rose Mognet. Kyle Henry Monar. Matthew Joseph Mondick, Jr. Jared Wade Montague. Jacob Michael Morales. Megan Marie Myers. Elissa Nicole Nagy. Andrew Daniel Knoll. Matthew James Norton. Madison Lene Novotny. Sarah Jane Pavlovsky. Stephen Anthony Perla. Nicole Michelle Patonic. Brady Joseph Plaza. Jeremy Ray Plows. Luke Richard Plummer. Trenton David Plummer. Rebecca Sleplana Pohl. Emily Michaela Quashny. Gabriel Osborne Rager. Jesse Carlisle Reese. Kylie Jessica Richardson. Ty Hunter Rickabaugh. Noah Thomas Rummel. Nathan Tyler Sabo. Michael James Sauter. Ryan Leo Seymour. Colin Aaron Sherrill. Dalton Sebastian Silko. Carmen Nicole Sims. Tierra Danielle Smith. Chester Joseph Spade Middleton. Ryan Michael Stohan. Rush Alec James Swope. Zachary Thomas Tate. Cassandra Marie Van Mel. Andrew John Fargo. Diamond Sky Wagner. Nathan Boyd Winger. Sierra Dawn Woomer. Nicole Marie Wright. Joseph Michael Iacobacci. Jacob Evan Yakichik. Nathan Andrew Yoder. Dylan Jeffrey Young. Jacqueline Taylor Zangelia. Bridget Noel Zevrich. Christopher Andrew Zucalato. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the class of 2017.
Seniors, if you could please rise for me. And at this time, please move your tassel. By the power vested in me as the principal of the Forest Hills High School, I am pleased to state that these students have fulfilled the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Forest Hills School District. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the graduating class of 2017. This concludes our program. Please come down to the floor and join in the celebration. Thank you.